Every mountain has a heart of fire. Volcanoes are the living, breathing engines of our planet, forces that have shaped not only the land we walk upon, but the very air we breathe and the trajectories of civilizations across millennia. Imagine standing on the edge of a smoking crater, feeling the rumble beneath your feet, sensing the power that lies hidden just beneath the surface. Volcanoes are more than just scenic peaks or geological curiosities. They are the architects of continents, the sculptors of islands, and the silent witnesses to humanity's greatest triumphs and tragedies. Long before the first cities rose, before ancient empires drew their borders, volcanoes erupted and retreated in their own rhythm, leaving behind cities buried in ash and islands blooming with life. They are at once creators and destroyers, terrifying and beautiful, their influence etched into the story of our world. To understand volcanoes, we must journey deep inside the earth, far below the surface where sunlight cannot reach. Beneath the crust lies a restless sea of molten rock called magma, a churning, viscous soup of minerals and gases. The Earth's mantle, heated by radioactive decay and primordial energy from its formation, keeps this magma in constant motion. Sometimes immense pressure builds up, forcing magma upwards through cracks and weaknesses in the crust. When this molten rock breaks free, it bursts onto the surface in an explosive display of nature's fury. This is the birth of a volcano. Each eruption is a window into the heart of the planet, a reminder that Earth is not a static sphere, but a dynamic, living body. There are many types of volcanoes, each with its own story. Shield volcanoes rise gently from the land, sprawling outward with broad, low slopes built from fluid lava flows. The islands of Hawaii are the signature of shield volcanoes, where the land grows bit by bit each time lava meets the sea. Stratovolcanoes, on the other hand, stand tall and imposing, built layer upon layer by violent eruptions of ash, lava, and rock. These are the volcanoes that tower over landscapes, their peaks often shrouded in clouds, their slopes dotted with scars of past eruptions. Cinder cones are smaller, but no less dramatic, formed by explosive bursts that scatter fragments of rock in all directions. Caldera volcanoes are perhaps the most awe-inspiring. Their vast craters formed when a massive eruption empties the magma chamber below, causing the ground to collapse in on itself. Volcanoes are born in places where Earth's tectonic plates meet and move. Along the edges of continents, beneath the ocean floor, or in the heart of vast rift valleys, the ground splits and shifts. The Pacific Ring of Fire is one of the most active volcanic zones on the planet, a horseshoe-shaped band stretching from the coasts of South America to the islands of Japan. Here, the relentless movement of tectonic plates creates a chain reaction, a cycle of destruction and renewal that has shaped entire continents. In other places, hotspots deep within the mantle push magma upwards, far from any plate boundary. These volcanic islands, like Hawaii or the Galapagos, are the result of steady, persistent eruptions that build land where there was once only ocean. But volcanoes are not just geological phenomena. They are agents of both destruction and creation. The same force that can obliterate a city can also give birth to lush landscapes and new worlds. The ruins of Pompeii stand as a testament to the destructive power of volcanoes. In 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted violently, burying the Roman city beneath meters of ash and pumice. Life was snuffed out in an instant, preserved for centuries beneath a blanket of stone. Yet, from that same ash, the soil became rich and fertile, supporting vineyards and farms for generations to come. Volcanoes destroy, but they also renew. In the Pacific, the Hawaiian Islands are living proof of creation through fire. For millions of years, lava has poured from the depths, hardening into rock and slowly building islands above the waves. What begins as a barren, black landscape is quickly colonized by life. Ferns, grasses, and eventually forests take root in the mineral-rich soil. Birds, insects, and people follow, transforming volcanic wastelands into vibrant ecosystems. Every eruption is a reset, a chance for new beginnings. Ash and lava, once feared, become the building blocks of life. The dual nature of volcanoes is reflected in the way they interact with human societies. In some places, people have learned to live with volcanoes, harnessing their power for hot springs, geothermal energy, and fertile farmland. In others, the threat of an eruption hangs heavy, shaping myths, legends, and religious beliefs. Volcanoes have inspired awe and fear throughout history. Ancient civilizations saw them as homes of gods and spirits, their eruptions interpreted as omens or punishments. Modern science has demystified much of their behavior, but the unpredictability of volcanic activity remains a challenge. Cities built in the shadow of volcanoes must always be ready to evacuate, to rebuild, to adapt. Beyond their immediate impact, volcanoes also have the power to influence the entire planet. Some eruptions are so massive that they change the course of history, not just locally, but globally. When a volcano erupts explosively, it can send ash and gases high into the atmosphere, where they circle the globe for months or even years. This ash can block sunlight, cooling the Earth's surface and altering weather patterns. In 1815, Mount Tambora erupted in Indonesia, releasing a cloud of ash that caused the year without a summer in Europe and North America. Crops failed, famine spread, and societies struggled to adapt. More recently, the eruption of Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines in '91 sent millions of tons of sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere, lowering global temperatures and creating spectacular sunsets worldwide. Volcanic activity also plays a crucial role in the carbon cycle, regulating the balance of gases in Earth's atmosphere. Each eruption releases carbon dioxide, water vapor, and other gases, which interact with sunlight, clouds, and weather systems. Over geological time, these emissions help maintain the conditions necessary for life. Without volcanoes, Earth might be a colder, less habitable place. Their influence on climate is a reminder of the interconnectedness of Earth's systems, the land, the air, the oceans, and the living things that call them home. The story of volcanoes is the story of adaptation and resilience. Throughout history, communities have learned to coexist with these unpredictable neighbors. In Iceland, geothermal energy from volcanic activity heats homes and powers cities. In Japan, volcanic soils support agriculture, and hot springs attract visitors from around the world. Even in the shadow of tragedy, people rebuild and remember, drawing strength from the land that sustains them. Volcanoes remind us of the fragility and beauty of life, the need to respect the forces that shape our world. Science continues to unlock the mysteries of volcanoes, using satellites, sensors, and computer models to predict eruptions and understand their impacts. Volcanologists study the chemistry of magma, the movement of tectonic plates, and the patterns of seismic activity. Each new discovery brings us closer to understanding the rhythm of Earth's pulse. Early warning systems have saved countless lives, allowing people to evacuate before disaster strikes. Yet, despite our best efforts, volcanoes remain unpredictable. Their eruptions can be sudden, violent, and devastating. The challenge is to learn from the past, to prepare for the future, and to appreciate the power and beauty of these fiery mountains. Volcanoes are not just isolated events. They are part of a global network of geological activity. The movement of plates, the flow of magma, and the eruption of volcanoes are all connected. Earth's surface is constantly being reshaped, recycled, and renewed. The continents drift, oceans open and close, mountains rise and fall. Volcanoes are the engines driving this relentless change, a reminder that nothing on Earth is permanent, that everything is in flux. The legacy of volcanoes stretches far beyond geology. Their eruptions have changed the course of history, influencing the rise and fall of empires, the migration of peoples, and the development of cultures. When Krakatoa erupted in 1883, the explosion was heard thousands of miles away, and the resulting tsunamis devastated coastal communities across the Indian Ocean. The ash cloud affected global weather, leading to brilliant sunsets and cooler temperatures. Writers, artists, and musicians were inspired by the spectacle, creating works that captured the awe and terror of volcanic power. The eruption became a symbol of nature's unpredictability, a reminder that human plans are always subject to the whims of the earth. In the Andes, the Inca civilization revered volcanoes as sacred places, centers of ritual and worship. In Italy, the shadow of Vesuvius loomed over Naples, shaping the culture and identity of the region. In the Pacific, the people of Hawaii tell stories of Pele, the goddess of fire, whose eruptions bring both destruction and renewal. Across the world, volcanoes have entered the collective imagination, their presence felt in myths, legends, and art. Yet for all their power, volcanoes also foster life. The minerals released by eruptions enrich the soil, supporting forests, grasslands, and crops. The islands built by volcanoes become sanctuaries for rare plants and animals, laboratories for evolution. In the Galapagos, volcanic activity created the unique habitats that inspired Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection. In Iceland, the interaction between fire and ice has shaped a land of contrasts, glaciers and lava fields existing side by side, each influencing the other. Volcanoes are also windows into the distant past. The rocks formed by ancient eruptions preserve clues about the history of our planet, the composition of the atmosphere, the movement of continents, the evolution of life. By studying volcanic layers, scientists can reconstruct the story of Earth's formation, the cycles of climate change, the impact of mass extinctions. Volcanic ash found in ice cores and sediment reveals the timing and intensity of past eruptions, helping us understand the patterns of natural disasters and the resilience of life. As we look to the future, the relationship between humans and volcanoes will continue to evolve. Advances in technology will improve our ability to predict eruptions and mitigate their impacts. Understanding the role of volcanoes in climate regulation will be crucial as we face the challenges of global warming and environmental change. The lessons learned from past eruptions will guide the development of safer communities, more sustainable land use, and a deeper respect for the forces that shape our planet. Ultimately, volcanoes are a symbol of Earth's vitality, a reminder that our world is alive, dynamic, and unpredictable. They teach us humility, resilience, and wonder. Whether we stand in awe at the edge of a crater or study the chemistry of volcanic rocks, we are drawn to the mystery and majesty of these fiery mountains. Volcanoes are not just destroyers, they are Earth's pulse, the heartbeat of a planet in constant motion. As the sun sets behind a smoking peak and the land glows with the heat of new creation, we remember that every mountain has a heart of fire. Volcanoes built our land, shaped our skies, and continue to influence the course of civilizations. Their story is our story, a tale of destruction and renewal, chaos and creation, fear and fascination. In the shadow of the volcano, we discover the power and beauty of our planet and the enduring spirit of life itself.